Hey everybody, this is Stephanie, and I am going to just do a real quick little video. I wanted to show you all what I had worked on last week at the scrapbook retreat that I went to. I was working on my altered book. I actually worked on it all weekend. I only got 4 of the 2-page layouts done, and I just wanted you all to see a little bit of what I was doing, and for one reason, and for a second reason, it's probably going to be a while before I'll be able to get it finished. I'm just kind of in a really busy time frame right now, and I don't know when I'm going to have time to work on this over the next maybe even month or so. So I just wanted to show what I had got done. Again, noting that this is my first book. There are many imperfections in it, and having not done it before, I didn't follow a template. I did look at a lot of videos and kind of get ideas, but I really just kind of did, my own thing. So I'm going to do this really quickly. The first page that I started, I did make this pocket for my tags. Let me see if I can get this in camera. Maybe if I move the camera back here a little bit, that would help, I think. Excuse my messy desk. So I made this pocket, and I stamped it. I added some die cuts and stickers and one of those little bitty mini envelopes that I stamped, and then added a little bitty tag. And then I did make some kind of some vintage tags. This is a picture I cut out of a book, and I just stuck a Mr. and Mrs. on the back. This is a graphic 45 card that I actually kind of cut down a little bit, added some embossing glitter, and just tied a little ribbon to. And this is this actually is a vintage postcard. Get it here. Added a flower and some brad, flower and a brad, some burlap. It actually did have these fibers coming out of the postcard itself. It's a very old postcard that I had gotten at a flea market, and I mounted it on some graphic 45 paper. So those were the little tags that I just kind of stuck in the front pocket. No rhyme or reason, just kind of whatever struck my fancy. And in the second page, I left this flap open down here at the bottom just to stick this tag in. I cut this picture out of a magazine and cut the words and added some little pearls, some cardstock. I think that's some Teresa Collins cardstock. And then I embossed with kind of a bronze copper embossing powder, a typewriter, and I thought I could do some journaling. This book is just for me, so I'm kind of just, it's whimsical to my taste. Added a little tag here to another one of my little mini envelopes. On the second page, and I'm not really going into detail about the papers, because the papers really, for the most part, are hodgepodge. I used Paper Studio, Graphic 45, Teresa Collins, die cuts with a view, and actually this page right here, one of the girls at the crop said, "Hey, this looks like this would be pretty in your book," and I looked at it and I said, "Oh, I like the vintage look of it," so I added it. But I created just a little pocket here that I could tuck some cards, really just cut kind of a funky line there, and distressed it with some Tim Holtz Ranger Distress ink, and I added a little picture of a woman and her 2 children that I cut out of a book. I got a great book. I found it at a Goodwill, and it is full of all kind of vintage, both black and white and sepia tone photos. So I cut that out. This was like a Project Life kind of card, and this one was a picture from the book, and I added a little epoxy sticker there and just matted it with some paper I'm going through this really quickly. I don't want to make this video too long. On this right here, this is some vintage lace that a friend gave me. I added a little, let me see if I can open this up really quickly here. I don't know how tight I tied this, excuse me. But this is just a little mini book that I made. This is a very, very old piece of paper from a old vintage photo that I'd gotten, and I kind of saved this little paper just because of the fact that it was very old. So I made this little kind of mini book. It was actually the first one that I'd ever made, so I kind of don't know if I did the binding right, but you know, it works. I reverse embossed, reverse stamped. I actually stamped a piece of paper with clear embossing for this Tim Holtz stamp, and then I took some distress ink and inked over it and wiped it off, and of course you get the reverse image. And then I embossed a little chipboard button there. Distressed the pages. Just added a little burlap tag there. Added this little card here, and I stamped an eye chart onto some colored, it was actually a photo, but it was like a yellow and white photo, and I stamped the eye chart over that. I added a vellum photo from an ephemera pack that I had. Some journaling space there, and with some more journaling space there. So that was just a real simple little book. Like I said, it was the first one I did, so I'm sure as I go along and make more of these, I'll think, oh, I could do this different, I could do this different. I'm not real good about staying in the lines. I never was really good about, you know, well, you always have to stay in the lines. You always have to cut everything exactly proportional, you know, just the colors have to be this way. I've never been that kind of person, so you'll see a lot of imperfections pretty much in everything I do. This was a Project Life card, and I say Project Life loosely because some of them were actual Project Life. Some of them were like knockoff brands like Paper Studio or whatever. I added an eyelet, and I guess it's an eyelet. Is it an eyelet? I'm not sure what that's called. And added some old kind of vintage ribbon. On this page, I took some graphic 45 paper and just lined a piece of craft. Craft is not chipboard. It's not exactly cardstock. I'm not sure what you would call it. And then I tucked in this very vintage photo that I got at a flea market. I just love the picture of this lady. She has, you can't really tell, I don't think, from the camera, but she has very beautiful pins in her hair. And her dress is just beautifully embroidered. I'm not sure what that word is either. Y'all forgive my poor English tonight. I'm tired. Anyways, the necklace, she just looks beautiful. She looks regal. And I just love looking at her. And I tuck that in there. And in here, it's kind of upside down because of the stars. And there comes one of the stars. These stars keep coming off. So these are the Tim Holtz stars. So there must be a secret to getting these, because this is actually the second time that I have glued this star on. So I'm curious as to what the secret is. Maybe I'll just get a glue dot. I wonder if that would make a difference. But that's the card. And it's a graphic 45 card. And I thought the stars gave it a great effect, which it would if they would stay on. And then on the other side. So I'm going to have to work on that. And then there's just, this paper was a Paper Studio collection that I used. And then someone at the Crop gave me this card for one of their, you know, faux Project Life cards, I guess. I don't know what you call them anyways. But I thought it was really cool because it actually matched my collection. They didn't know that when they gave it to me. But if you notice, that paper is the same as that paper. Added some bling, did a little stamping here, and added a plate, put a little pocket here. And then the last page, it was a rather large envelope, and I cut it down. Put it back in camera here. I cut this down, added a little bit of cardstock on the inside, cut a word out of an old Reader's Digest. It just is unforgettable. Added a kind of a brooch there, a cameo. This lace doily came from something of my mother's that she had had for quite a while. And it was still in the package, so it really hadn't aged. I stamped with a Tim Holtz stamp, and I embossed. I took a border stamp that I had, and I embossed it with gold, just to give it a little bit of flair there. And this little kind of mini book, I just tucked a little bitty tiny card. It says Cherish in here. And I think all the paper I used in here was from Teresa Collins. I added a picture from one of my ephemera packs, and then I had a vellum quote, which I thought was kind of funny because if you can see, these people are clearly not laughing. They're not smiling. I don't know why the people back then, it seems like their pictures, you know, a lot of them weren't smiling. My stepmother actually told me that it could be because she had heard that they had to sit for hours for a photo for some reason. I don't know if that's true or a legend or what. But the quote says, "The most wasted day of all is that on which we have not laughed." So I thought that was kind of funny because obviously they weren't laughing. So just added a little tiny little postcard. I'm not sure where I might have cut that out of one of my ephemera packs. I'm not sure where I got that, and tuck that in there. And then it says, "Happiness, smiles, good times, the perfect day." And for this, I just kind of made a little flip top. It says, "Time flies when you're having fun." And then there is, this was just a clear sticker, and I took my new Spellbinders die cut for the gate and put it on the front there, added a little tab here. And then on the inside, says, "A thing of beauty is a joy forever." It's a lovely young lady. I got this photo at a flea market. Thought she was beautiful. And then this photo I actually printed off of the internet and added some Mod Podge, clear Mod Podge, not clear, excuse me, glossy. And then I mounted the picture on black cardstock, added a piece of acetate to give it a framed effect. And then I just thought she was lovely. And then this picture was actually a vellum photo that I mounted onto a kind of a light beige colored cardstock. And it says "Timeless Moments," and another little tag there. So this is as far as I got. And this actually, I got there Friday evening and left Sunday afternoon. Or got there Friday afternoon, and that was as far as I've gotten. So, you know, and I actually worked on it quite a bit. So I know it's going to take me a while, you know, to finish the other pages. And if the first 4 was that thick, I am envisioning, you know, this book will be quite thick by the time it's done. And then, of course, the last thing I do will be to cover the outside. So that was it, and I hope you enjoyed looking at it. I enjoyed working on it immensely. And we'll be glad when I can sit down and take the time to work on it some more. This will be my book, just for me. It's not going to be a gift. It's kind of a prototype. You know, I wanted to see if I could do it, and then by doing it, I'll figure out what changes to make. One thing that I think I might like to do the next time is actually take all the pages out and add my own signatures instead of kind of doing it the way that I did, because I don't mind it. I don't mind that there is a kind of a draft there. I don't mind that, but you know, it probably would look better without it, I guess. So, and also, I didn't carry my pages all the way to the very end. You'll notice there's usually a lip right on the edge there. And that's okay with me, but maybe it would look better, you know, otherwise. I don't know. So anyways, there it is, guys. And thank you for watching. And I hope you all are blessed. Bye.